Welcome to this another lecture. Now we are going to install a Python interface into our systems, and for that purpose we download the Anaconda navigator system, which will allow us to use Jupyter notebooks. Let's simply download it for now, and when we are going to use it we will learn about this in detail. Okay, so the first step will be you type this URL in your system. And then we are welcomed with a screen like this. Now this is Anaconda, which is an open source distribution of Python. So as I said, within Anaconda is our Jupyter notebooks. So let's go right down here, and if I hit the download, it's going to download it for me because I am on Windows. But if you want additional installers, for example Mac or Linux, then you can get all those right here. If you are running on Windows, just make sure whether you are on a 64-bit computer or a 32-bit computer, right? Now I'm going to click on the 64-bit system, and this is going to download this Anaconda file for me. It usually takes 2 to 3 minutes depending on your computer's speed, and once it is downloaded, you just launch it, and then you will be welcomed with a pop-up like this. Here we click next to continue, and then you can read the license if you want, or simply agree. It will require somewhere around 4 gigs of space on your computer. You use the recommended settings and then hit on the next button. Again you can hit on the next button. It is just showing you the location where we need to save it. Now you can use the settings as given on the screen, and then we hit the install button. Within a matter of few seconds it will get installed. Sometimes it may take some time, and once it is completed we hit on the next, then we hit the next again, and then we uncheck these 2 boxes because we don't need them, and then finally we hit the finish button. Now we go to the search menu and type Anaconda navigator. Okay, so we will be seeing something like this. We click on it, and then it should open up something like this for us. So here we have different options, and some of them may look familiar to you. For example, RStudio, VS Code, and then we have our Jupyter notebook. So currently we are going to deal with this, so we hit on the launch button under the Jupyter, and then we are welcomed with a screen like this. Now I have been using this a lot, so I have a tons of notebooks and files in here, but if you are just seeing this, it might be completely blank or just have some default folders. Here we can create a new Jupyter notebook and start writing our code. You can also use this area to create new folders and organize everything that you have done till now, all your previous projects or something. You can upload it here. Right now we are going to launch a new Python 3 kernel, and for that we go to the new button and then click on this Python 3. This will open a tab where we are going to spend 99% of our time in this training. So this is the place where we write the codes. So as the Big Bang Theory says, that before starting coding we have to write the hello world program. Okay, so that is what we do. We simply type print hello world in the sequence that you are seeing, and that's it. Hello world has been printed. Okay, so this is our first code. So here we do not just write codes, we can also write comments here. For example, you want to explain your code to someone else, so we need some comments, okay, which will not be executed. So we go to the drop down menu and select the markdown, and after a hashtag, whatever I write will be treated as a comment and not as a code. Okay, these things you will grasp gradually as we proceed on to our course. Okay, so let's say we are going to create our first notebook. So this part of the code will not be executed because it is a comment. It is for someone who is going to read your code maybe through the Jupyter notebook. And you must make sure to save the notebooks time to time, because we know if we don't save, what can happen, what can go wrong. And then if we go back, we can see that a new workbook has been created. Now its icon is green, which means that this is the active sheet. Now let's see this new button, which is insert cell below. Let's say you have a lot of code to be written, so you can simply create new boxes so that every time you don't have to keep doing that. You can also delete some cells. So let's say we have some code here, and then after a blank we have some code here. Now we have an empty box here and I need to delete it, so I simply select the cut selected cells and that is done. You can also copy a selected cell. For example, the third cell I want to copy, so I've copied it and now I want to paste it here. So I select the paste button and a copy of that is getting created here, right? We can also move the cells up or down using the arrows given below. Alright, so that's it for the scope of this video. We will learn a lot more about Python in water resources and environmental engineering from the given date. Okay, stay tuned. Have a nice day.